Well, I understand we have to go back to the Federal Capital Territory, and that's at the Nigerian Economic Summit. That's the 30th edition, and our business editor is standing by, of course, maybe to tell us that the Vice President is around.
All right, there. If you can hear me, Sarah, the Vice President
is around already?
But he's not in the hall at the moment. Yes, he's arrived, but he's not in the hall, where he's yet to walk into the hall. Yes, everyone is expecting him here. So there's a session going on just to discuss about years of NESG, what has happened over the years, policies they've suggested to government, how many have been implemented, or how many have been, deliberations that have gone on in this hall for years. They're talking. That's what you're doing. It's like an overview. But like I was saying earlier, the thrust of this is to address economic issues, and you know what we face as a country. Our country is going reforms. We have the subsidy removal and also the liberalization of the foreign exchange market. All of this has caused some shocks, and we all know what is happening now. People complain about inflation and of course growth rates. So all of these issues here will be discussed one after the other. Monetary policy and fiscal issues were also addressed in one hall today, and you know Taiwo Idele, who chairs the Presidential Committee on Tax and Fiscal Reforms, he was there to make the position known that there must be a handshake between the monetary side and the fiscal side. It can't be done alone. The central bank cannot just institute policies on their own. There must be a handshake with the fiscal side so that it could the implementation would be seamless and the impact would be felt inclusively. Also, something that would up at this gathering is the issue of technology and innovation. You know that is the way to go. Financial technology. You know, many people don't even go to the banks anymore. So issues around fintech and what's been happening with blockchains, AI, how they disrupt and of course affect growth, militate, and of course they have positives and negatives. All of this will be identified at this gathering. Sarah, I must tell you, it is almost all issues will be raised. Also growth geographical, as even outside Nigeria, sub-Saharan Africa, we see that IMF has revised growth in some cases, looking at the issues that are on ground, global issues, Israel-Hamas war, we know Russia and Ukraine crisis. All of these have impact on commodity prices, fuel prices, and of course energy resources. All of this, we have international representatives here that would also bear the minds of their own countries and what they want to do with Nigeria and what they think is the best for us to be able to get along with all of these policy issues. Policy consistency is something that many have talked about, that government is a continuum. So whatever policy is instituted by government, it should be followed to the latter. Not today this happens and tomorrow another thing happens. Investors will stay away. Money will only come to a place where it is relaxed and where there's confidence and where we have security. So all of that will be discussed here with various sessions going on. We also have the one for youth, inclusiveness in governance. You know that youth have a role to play in governance. This time around, they want to take their position. So there are discussions also around what roles will youth play in economic development. Government is giving them that opportunity. Don't forget, President Bola Tinubu also talked about a youth confab that will be coming on very soon. So immediately the Vice President gets in, he will declare the event officially opened. Yes, sessions have been going on, but it's not yet to be officially declared open. And once it's declared open, other sessions will continue. We'll be here Tuesday, we'll be here Wednesday, bringing you up to speed with all the activities that will be going on here. And I will remind you again that the right person will be speaking on the issues, not representatives and all that. We have most of the top government officials here in person. I can confirm that to you, Sarah.
Thank you so much for being there for us. A pretty landmark event, very iconic, particularly if you look at the history of the Nigerian Economic Summit group and why they decided to come up with this economic summit far back in 1993. A very interesting points and conversations holding there for 4 days. So we're expecting that policies will be made at this economic summit. Hopefully it will translate into something interesting and for the economy in the year. Thank you so much, Tolulope Ogunjobi. We will get back to you tomorrow. Stay safe and get all of the big names for us tomorrow so that the conversations will be more robust and interesting. Well, from all of us here on Business Nigeria team, we want to say thank you so much for staying through with us and for enjoying our talks about the market and, of course, conversations from the Nigerian Economic Summit in the Federal Capital Territory. We'll bring you more stories from that event. It's a 4-day event, and it promises to be interesting, talking about the conversations that will affect the economy in this year. That's as we wrap up this year. Thank you so much for watching. I am Sarah Ayeku.